A warm welcome to everyone attending this online ceremony. My name is Liviu Matei. I am the Provost of Central European University, and it is my privilege to open this 2020 commencement ceremony. This is a special ceremony. For the first time in the history of the university, we cannot meet in person to congratulate our graduating students and celebrate together their achievement. But this is a special commencement ceremony also because it is about a special generation. Our students graduating today had to work harder and under more difficult conditions this last academic year than probably at any other time in the past in the history of the university. I would like to acknowledge all students graduating today and thank them for their resilience and for their hard work. At the same time, I would like to acknowledge the members of our faculty and staff whose dedication and equal hard work have made possible for our students to be here today. Finally, I would like to thank the Board of Trustees and our founder, George Soros, for their remarkable support during these very difficult times. Today, we are meeting only online, but we wanted to make sure that we come together as a community to celebrate the achievements of our graduating students and to wish them well for their careers. During this ceremony, you will hear from our President and Rector, our leader, Michael Ignatieff, from the Chairman of the Board of Trustees, Leon Botstein. You will also hear remarks in Hungarian, possibly for the last time as part of a commencement ceremony from our Prorector Eva Fodor. We will have a message from our chairman delivered by his son and member of the Board of Trustees, Alex Soros, and also a message from a fellow speaker, Chigozie Nelson, and finally a commencement speech from the winner of this year's CEU Open Society Prize, Svetlana Alexievich. Once again, congratulations to all and best wishes for your career. And now, if I may invite our President and Rector, Michael Ignatieff, to deliver his remarks.
This is a graduation ceremony like no other, and you're a graduating class like no other. I want to pay tribute to you. I want to praise your resilience, how adaptive you were, how patient you were most of the time during our last months with us. You were in lockdown, but you managed to complete your assignments. You were isolated, but you supported each other through an experience that I think you'll remember for the rest of your lives. And we at CEU will always remember your graduating class with special affection. I want to express my gratitude to your leadership, to the Student Union, to the student representatives on the University's Senate, to the PhD Student Collective, who worked with us to keep you safe and to help you through a time that was both frightening and surreal. You now go out into a world that is deeply changed, uncertain and unsettled. You've had to learn what earlier generations, your parents, your grandparents, your great-grandparents had to learn in other periods, that good times can vanish in an instant, that history can go into reverse, and that in times like these, you're forced back on your own virtues, patience, resilience, and courage to make your own way in the world. You leave us today and you will join a network of close to 18,000 graduates. You're surely going to meet them. You'll recognize each other, I know, and I hope they'll mentor you and counsel you as you travel on your way. We hope the skills we've taught you and the knowledge we've shared will give you confidence to face the future unafraid. Because there's so much fear in the world right now, and there's only one reliable antidote to it, and that's knowledge and the wisdom that comes from knowledge. We hope you've learned what knowledge is, and like us, will strive for wisdom so that you can live without fear and always in hope. All of us here at CEU wave goodbye and wish you bon voyage on your journey. And now I'd like to introduce our Pro-Rector for Social Science and Humanities, Eva Fodor. She has a greeting in Hungarian, and afterwards there'll be a word from Leon Botstein, the chairman of our Board of Trustees.
Kedves diákok, kedves kollégáim, kedves családtagok, barátok, rokonok és boldog ősök a képernyő előtt. Szeretettel üdvözlöm Önöket 29. diplomaosztó ünnepségünkön. Idén szinte mindegyik diákunk beiratkozott a Magyar Közép-Európai Egyetemre, a CEU-val párhuzamosan persze, és így ebben az évben az eddigieknél is többen fogtok kapni Magyarországon akkreditált oklevelet. Ezekhez szeretnék most magyar nyelven gratulálni. Már azért is különleges ez az alkalom, mert valószínűleg ez a magyar köszöntő utoljára hangzik el a CEU történelmében. Kedves hallgatók! Minden évfolyam különleges, de ti egészen páratlan és mindannyiunk számára felejthetetlen utat jártatok be a CEU-s pályafutásotok alatt. Hadd idézzem most veled neked néhány mozzanatát csak. Ugyan olyan, minthogyha a múlt században történt volna, de mindössze 9 hónappal ezelőtt találkoztunk itt Budapesten, szeptember elején, a tanév kezdetén a tanévnyitóra. Nem sokkal később a legtöbbetek ekkor átköltözött Bécsbe, és ott végeztetek el egy szemesztert a CEU vadonatúj, ősszel felújított és felavatott Quellenstrassei kampuszán. Aztán visszatértetek Budapestre, és januártól március közepéig megint a Nádor utca, illetve a Nádor utca környéke lett a legtöbb diákunk otthona. Már éppen találtatok valószínűleg egy fotelt magatoknak a könyvtárban, meg talán már éppen megtanultátok, hogy hogyan kell eljutni az auditoriumból a Zrínyi utca 14-be, legalábbis annélkül, hogy kimennétek az utcára. És ekkor jött a következő váltás. Március közepe óta a Nádor utca helyett a képernyőn találkozunk, és tanuljuk közösen, tudjátok, hogy ez közösen zajlik, mi legalább annyit tanulunk tőletek, mint ti tőlünk, a digitális létet és a digitális tanulást, a digitális viselkedésnek a szabályait. Szerintem kapásból tudnátok most egy disszertációt vagy egy újabb MA dolgozatot írni professzoraitok Zoomon megjelenített könyvespolcainak tartalmáról. Nemkor, diszciplína, nemzetiség, esetleg ezeknek az interszekcióinak összehasonlítása mentén. Két város, mellette kétféle tanítási és tanulási mód, ennyi változatosság még egyetlen évfolyamnak sem jutott. Remélem, hogy jó érzéssel fogtok visszaemlékezni ezekre a fura, de új élményekben és tanulnivalókban minden bizonnyal igen gazdag hónapokra. Szívből gratulálok az eddig megtett úthoz, és sok sikert kívánok a továbbiakhoz. Bárhova is vezessenek további kalandjaitok.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me welcome you to this virtual commencement of the Central European University at the end of this academic year 2020. I first want to congratulate every single graduate of the CEU. This has been an extraordinary time and an unprecedented time, and each of you should take special pride in your accomplishments. It's ordinarily hard to get a master's degree or a PhD, but it has been particularly hard with the coronavirus and the epidemic that has surrounded it. And you have performed magnificently, and you should take a special sense of distinction in being a member of the class of 2020. I also want to thank the members of the faculty of the Central European University who have performed magnificently under very difficult circumstances. Those circumstances include not only COVID and the pandemic, but the difficulty of the transition between Budapest, our original home, and Vienna, our new home. I also want to take the opportunity to thank the staff of the CEU on behalf of the Board of Trustees. The staff has performed with untiring devotion to the task of the university and the difficulties put upon the university by both the move and the pandemic. And I want to take this opportunity to thank Michael Ignatieff, the rector of the university, and Liviu Mate, the provost of the university, for the leadership they have provided. My greetings as chairman of the board of the Central European University carry with them the sentiments of the entire board of trustees, every single member. And I want to thank the board for its service. My greetings also bring with them the enthusiastic endorsement and shared sentiment of our founder, George Soros. There's nothing in all his philanthropy that he is more proud of than the Central European University. And you, the class of 2020, exemplify why he is so proud. One of the standard cliches of every graduation and commencement ceremony is the easy claim that you, the graduates, represent the vanguard of a new generation, and on your shoulders rests the responsibility to remake the world as a better world. This somewhat empty cliche this year has some serious content, because your participation will be crucial in how we emerge from this crisis. There are several salient issues at stake. The first is dearest to the Open Society and to the Central European University and to the ideals on which this university was founded, and that is the freedom of the individual and the possibilities of democracy, and a world that is governed not by closed certainties, but an open spirit of reasoned skepticism. Among the freedoms we cherish most are those of assembly and protest, and you enter the world as graduates of the CEU at a time when people all over the world are exercising that right. Black Lives Matter is not only a matter for the United States, but for the entire world, as we've seen. Finally coming to grips with racial discrimination, with inequity, with a disregard for the common humanity between and among peoples, and the structural barriers to achieving a fair, decent, and civilized world. The second, perhaps most important aspect that we face is how we live on this planet together in a single environment and protect and help each other to live productive and healthy lives. There may be a critique of economic globalization, but there needs not to be a critique of a globalization in terms of science, knowledge, learning, and the power of education to make ourselves both safe, our neighbors safe, and to share in the distribution of health and safety and the achievements of modern medicine to all who inhabit the globe. And at the same time, reconsider how we retard the degradation of the environment. The key to all of this is essentially something you have experienced at the CEU, and that is the experience of thinking, of learning, of thinking independently, of studying closely things that are beyond common sense, things that are complex, things that are not obvious, to be able to dissent and to debate and to reason and to persuade, to make thought and speech the instruments of change and not violence. So I congratulate you and welcome you to leadership in the human community, in all of your various communities over the over 100 countries that are represented by the graduates of CEU this year in 2020. So with great optimism and great admiration on behalf of the entire board, I want to signal our delight at your achievement and our hopes for your careers and your work as citizens as the years go on and as we fight our way out of the current crisis. Thank you.
Greetings to you, the CEU class of 2020. The time you spent here at CEU has armed you with resilience. You've experienced a uniquely horrific attack on this university and academic freedom. You mobilized, you campaigned, you marched, you resisted. You continue to inquire, to learn, to grow amongst those conditions. And on top of that, you've endured months of lockdown in the face of a global pandemic, the reason why we cannot be celebrating today in person. As constrained as it may seem, the world needs you and the skills that you have, and I hope you lean into these times. We are at a crossroads. On the one hand, people are talking about a world that slides backwards to authoritarianism, inequality, dominated by fear. On the other hand, the ability for critical thinking has never been more important. Uncertainty is the only thing certain today, particularly given COVID-19. And it is something that authoritarians fear because they cannot control. But critical thinking, the contestation of ideas, the values of which your education has been built is far more resilient in these times. As Leon has just now said, there is nothing in my father's philanthropy that he's more proud of than CEU. In the almost 30 years since he founded this university, he has always looked forward with great anticipation to the graduation of each cohort. But to be clear, you are a cohort like no other, at a time like no other. You get to be the class that graduated during lockdown. I'm personally very envious of that special status. 2020 will surely go down in history like no other, and you are part of that story. Congratulations. This year's student speaker is Chigozie Nelson, who today receives her master's in economics, specifically related to development and macroeconomic policymaking. Chigozie grew up in Lagos, Nigeria, and is here in Budapest today, representing you, the class of 2020. Congrats, Chigozie. Congrats, the class of 2020, and to all the CEU. I hope you continue to rise to the challenge of these times.
Welcome, distinguished guests, members of the CEU board, faculty and staff, families and friends, and most of all, my fellow graduates. It is a privilege to speak to you at this great occasion. This time last year, some of us were sitting in the beautiful Mupa Hall in Budapest, imagining our graduation ceremony. Some of us were still in our homes, preparing to resume our studies at CEU in the fall. When 2020 finally came, we wondered, where would our graduation ceremony be? Budapest or Vienna? Many of us had already planned our outfits. I bet no one ever thought it will be online. But as fate would have it, with the greatest plot twist of all time, we are having our graduation ceremony, sitting right in our rooms, looking at a screen, and some of us may even be munching on some chips. As we join the CEU alumni community today, it is safe to beat our chests and say we have made history. CEU class of 2020, the cohort of students who had to take classes and exams remotely, the warriors who completed their coursework and thesis when the entire world was struggling to survive, the first CEU graduating set to have a virtual graduation. In spite of all these, we made it. Through the storms of deadlines and viruses, we have fought through, and still we stand. It hasn't been an easy ride. We have all worked so hard to reach the climax today. And with support from faculty, staff, and the alumni community who have been on our side and by our side, sharing their knowledge and providing guidance, we have pulled through. 2 years at CEU have opened my eyes to new ideas and opportunities. I have met intelligent people from very diverse backgrounds, people who see things from different perspectives. And despite these differences, we all share one virtue, the zeal to learn. Some of us graduating may watch this virtual ceremony with a heavy heart, wondering, what next? Movement is still restricted in many of our countries, and the future seems so uncertain. Some of us may ask, is this the best time to be part of a graduating set? But just like the first line of the message that is slipped under my door at the dormitory every Sunday evening, I repeat to you, dear CEU friend, we must not give up hope, because every single one of us will be just fine. My sincere gratitude to our families and friends who have supported us through our time at CEU, to the staff and faculty of CEU who have remained committed to academic excellence through trying times, I say well done. To you, my fellow graduates, I leave you with the words of Maya Angelou. Let them resound in your ears until you believe them and make them yours. Just like moons and like suns, with the certainty of tides, just like hopes springing high, still I'll rise. Congratulations, class of 2020. Thank you.
It's now my honor to present CEU's highest award, the Open Society Prize. And this year's winner is the Nobel laureate in literature, Svetlana Alexievich. Let me read the laudatio. In compassionate works of literature, including Voices from Chernobyl, Zinky Boys, The Unwomanly Face of War, Last Witnesses, and Secondhand Time, Svetlana Alexievich has given noble expression to the suppressed and mutilated history of the people of the former Soviet Union. In awarding her the Nobel Prize for Literature in 2015, the Swedish Academy praised Svetlana Alexievich for her, quote, polyphonic writings, a monument to suffering and courage, unquote. As a worthy recipient of this year's Open Society Prize, she demonstrates that a fierce commitment to stand up for the truth of ordinary people's lived experience of suffering and endurance is a critical value for any open society. And now we have an interview recorded with Svetlana Alexievich in her home in Minsk, recorded several days ago.
Я благодарю вас за премию высокого морального качества, и она стоит на тех ценностях, которые для меня, человека 90-х, когда мы бегали по площадям и кричали «Свобода! Свобода!», правда, тогда мы не имели понятия, что такое свобода. Мы думали, что это очень быстрый праздник, что завтра все будет красиво, хорошо. Но вот сейчас мы оказались совершенно не там, где мы хотели. И тем труднее защищать те ценности, которые стоят в основе открытого общества. Общество сегодня, даже можно сказать, с иронией стало закрытым, поскольку в связи с последним новым испытанием, которое стоит перед человечеством, пандемиями, которые наверняка теперь будут сопутствовать нашей жизни, одна, вторая, и следующая в связи с изменением климата и вообще с какими-то космическими изменениями, которые еще мы не совсем до конца понимаем. Люди все больше прячутся по своим пещерам, вот так, как мы сегодня разбежались. Но прошло немного времени, нам понадобилось всего несколько месяцев, чтобы мир понял, что если ты сидишь в отдельной пещере, то ты не спасешься, это нас не спасет. Спасет нас опять солидарность, новая солидарность. И я вот когда думала о том, что буду говорить вам, я хотела сказать и думала о том, что тот мир, в котором я жила, и изучению которого я посвятила почти 40 лет своей жизни, он был в некотором смысле проще. Я не хочу умолить те жертвы, то море крови и огромные братские могилы, которые остались после коммунистической идеи, но мир был все-таки более разделен на коммунизм и некоммунизм. И казалось, что других сложностей в мире нет. Но вот мы уже почти 30 лет живем после коммунизма, и мы живем гораздо в более сложном мире. Опять-таки, я помню то чувство, с которым я ездила по Чернобыльской земле, когда писала книгу о Чернобыле, по закрытой зоне, когда ты идешь, и ты боишься сесть на траву, ты боишься жара, ты боишься искупнуться в реке. Даже коровы их гонят попить воду в речку, а они заворачивают и не хотят пить эту воду. И это, помню, как страшно было это видеть. Или как пасечник показывал мне закрытые гнезда, которые пчелы сами закрыли от мира. То есть пчелы сами на несколько недель спрятались и не вылетали в Чернобыльский мир. У нас шли чернобыльские демонстрации, у нас, у людей Советского Союза. Пончики лежали на солнце, а животные слышали вот этот новый мир, к которому только сейчас подошли, вот эти новые опасности. Они как бы о них знали о том, чего мы не знали. И я хочу сказать, что тот мир, в котором вам придется жить, и на который придется ваша главная часть жизни, потому что старость еще очень далеко, чтобы уйти в одиночество и жить только этим, а придется жить активно, открытым миру, и этот мир более сложный, поскольку вы будете существовать в двух историях, в общей истории и в своей личной истории. Так вот, там и там, в личной истории это может быть история любви, а в большой истории это история дела, которое станет делом вашей жизни, и которое вы осуществитесь как человек социальный. Вот. Это очень важно для человека, поскольку жить только своей историей, как бы она велика не была, это все-таки мало для человека. Хотя это тоже непростая история. И поэтому надо всегда ставить большие задачи для себя. Всегда отказываться от этих оправданий, что особенно часто, потому что человек всегда перед выбором сделать что-то или не сделать что-то, быть на стороне добра или остаться где-нибудь, спрятаться в тени, пережить где-то жизнь в такой серой массе. Я думаю, что для людей, которые выбрали для себя идеалы открытого общества, это как бы не их путь, это не ваш путь. Путь, вот как я его себе представляла всю жизнь, что ты должен идти высоко, с высоко поднятой головой, стараться быть как можно больше всегда равным самому себе. И мы в этот мир, наверное, пущены с какой-то другой целью радоваться жизнью, целью познать любовь, с целью полюбить другого человека, не конкретно человека для себя, а вообще другого человека как такового. И тогда вы не сможете убивать его только из-за того, что у него другая религия, или у него другая форма носа, или другой разрез глаз. То есть вот эту радость жизни, пожалуйста, не потеряйте на своем пути. И всегда помните, я, например, стараюсь об этом помнить, хотя очень трудно любить человека. Нельзя сказать, что это такое чистое существо, хорошее существо. Человек бывает страшен, поверьте мне, даже человеку, который был на войне, может быть, не так много, но который очень много слышал о войне, о Чернобыле, что все-таки любить его трудно, но ненависть нас не спасет. Спасет нас только любовь. Я желаю, чтобы в вашем сердце было много любви для того, чтобы идти по жизни спокойно, честно и радостно.